All right, so number 9. Just put in your calculator. Y equals negative parenthesis x minus 2. Is that better? Parenthesis x plus 6. Since that negative sign was there, we know it opens how? Down. All right. Also, this is in, what do we call it? Intercept form, right? Those are the x-intercepts. So we know it crosses the x-axis at positive 2 and negative 6. Right, John? Yeah. There's that negative 6 it crossed and the positive 2. Okay? So, you should 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. The very top, if you look at the table, you could get the very top. It's between halfway between there, right? Remember we had to find that before? We did halfway between. Looks like negative 216. I just kind of look at my my table of values here and see. Ooh, I didn't want to do that. Let's kind of move this over so you can see them both. But this negative 216 looks like the top of it. So, if you want to put something up here and just label it negative 216, you can. Okay, that's all you had to do is graph it, right? Some of you just saw it open down and just scribbled it wherever you thought it should go, but try to get close, okay? Try to get close. All right, so just use your calculator for that. Easy, right? Questions? All right. Find max or minimum value. Since A is negative 2, is it a max or a min? Max, right? Another one that opens like this, because A is negative 2, that means it's a max. We have to find the value. So before we can find the maximum value, we got to find the axis of symmetry. So you might want to put on your little note card this little formula. A would be over 2 times A, all right? That's how we find the axis of symmetry. So B is 5, so this is going to be negative 5 over 2 times negative 2, which is negative 5 over negative 4, which is 5/4. Or you can write 1.25 if you want. Okay? Is that my minimum? Or, I'm sorry, it's a max. We already figured that out. Is that my max value? No! What's your question? Right. Okay. So that's how to get it started. All right. So we use this number and do what with it to find the max value? Plug it back in. Yeah. Brendan, is that what you're saying? All right. That tells me the y value of the vertex, which is the min or max value. The y value of the vertex is the min or max value. In this case, it's a max. So I put negative 2, and then 5/4 squared plus 5 times 5/4 plus 3. So you can just put that in your calculator. All right. So negative 2, 5 divided by 4. Just put in parentheses like that. Squared, don't forget. Plus 5, and then 5 divided by 4 in parentheses. Plus 3. 6.125, which would be my max value. If you want to write the vertex, you can. But when we're looking for a max or min value, it's this number, the y value of the vertex. Okay? Yes, you could put it in your calculator if you want. You could do this. Go to your y equals negative 2x squared plus 5x plus 3. Graph it. And then go to second trace. Number 4 is max. Am I left of the maximum point right now when it says left bound? Yeah. Hit enter. Am I right of it? Nope. I got to go around. So hit my right arrow key, go around to the right of it. Hit enter, and then guess, hit enter. And I get a y equals 6.125. You can do it that way too. All right. So if you want to use the calculator for that problem, you could. Okay. Questions? Maddie?
Okay, then what is y equals ax squared plus bx plus c?
That's just standard form of a quadratic equation. Yeah.
It said vertex and axis of symmetry.
Right. We can find the vertex and axis of symmetry from looking at it in standard form. We got to do the negative b over 2a and then plug it in. But when it's in standard form, that's how we will find vertex and axis of symmetry. Anything else, question-wise? All right, good. All right, this one's easy. We can just look at it and tell what the transformation is, right? What did they do to the x? Went minus 4. What's that mean? Means it goes to the right. How many? 4. Plus 6 tells us up 6, right? That's all you have to do. Describe the transformation, right or left, up or down. Or it could be reflection and all that stuff, but we're not going to do that to you. All right. This one's got a little work to it. Okay? We're going to write a rule, another function g, that describes the transformation. Shifted left 2. So all we're doing is that first. So what's that mean I do to the x? If I'm going left 2, I make it x plus 2. So wherever I see an x, I change it to x plus 2. So that's what it looks like. Now I have to simplify it before I do the next step. Okay, before I do the vertical stretch. All right, now remember, x plus 2 squared means this. Right? When you square something, you multiply it by itself, right? We all know that. So you got to FOIL that. X times x for first, x times 2 for outside, 2 times x for inside, and 2 times 2 for last. All right? Which is x squared plus 4x plus 4. You guys get in a hurry and you just square x into 2 and you write x squared plus 4. That's not correct. Okay? So we've got this negative 3 times this x squared plus 4x plus 4 now. And then I can just distribute these, 2x plus 2, I'm sorry, plus 4. Got to do 2 times 2, right? Am I done simplifying? No, I got to distribute the negative 3, right? So negative 3x squared minus 12x minus 12 plus 2x plus 4 minus 5, which is not quite finished yet. 12x, negative 12x squared plus 2x is a negative 10x And negative 12 plus 4 is negative 8 minus 5 is negative 13. Now I've got that part done. Okay. Part 2 is vertical stretch by 3. That means multiply the whole thing by 3. Okay. So I'm going to multiply all this by 3. So my answer is negative 9x squared minus 30x minus 39. Again, one at a time. Don't try to do it all at once. So that had some work. It's not that hard. It just takes some time. Okay. So we shifted left 2, so we had to go x plus 2. If it said shifted right 2, we do x minus 2 for the x's. Questions? Got that, Sky? Know how to do it now?
Yep.
Good. Put that phone away. What are you looking at then? Down there. Your shoes or something? Your shoes untied? No, they're good. All right, this one's just like yesterday, but instead of a linear regression, what is it? So we do everything the same we did yesterday in our list, stat, calc, but not number 4 now, it's number 5 because it's a quadratic regression, all right? So we go to stat, enter for edit, and I got to clear my list to put the right numbers in. All right, so I'm going to put 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Got those done. And then 156, 184, 200, 204, 187. All right, so I got them in there. Okay. In my lists. Go back to stat, move over to calc. Now we're doing a quad reg, number 5. Okay? You might have to hit calculate on yours. Okay? We got ax squared plus bx plus c. That's our normal quadratic standard form, right? So we write, well, let's pull these out so we can look at them. All right, now I'm going to write my equation from looking at that. Y equals A is negative 7.2. I'll round it to hundreds, 9. And remember, that's x squared, right? Ax squared. B is positive 81, so plus 81.06, rounding it, x, plus c, but my c is negative, so I'm going to put minus 22.37. All right. So what this table is the number of hats a company can sell at different prices. So if it's $3, they sell that much, $5, that many. So we're going to say if we charge 10, that means we're just putting 10 in for x squared. Or for x, sorry. And when you do that problem, what did I get for an answer? What did you guys get? Anybody want to shout it out? $59.60? Good. That's what I got too. No, that's not right. That was the price was 10. It's not $59. It's just we would only sell 59 of them. Or 60 of them. We rounded it. Sorry about that. Not a lot of money. So the best price to sell them for would be what? $6? Let's the most they sell then, right? $10 they wouldn't sell very much. Okay, so again, calculator work and then plug and chug, right? 14, another describe the transformation, but this time we got to take the vertex and the axis of symmetry. All right. So remember, there's our parent function for our quadratic. Okay. Look in here. It moved it how far? Left 3. All right. And then down 5. So that's a description. So we were supposed to do that. Guess I didn't need a dot there. All right. So just by look, remember this is in vertex form now. Anyway, so looking at those numbers, it tells us the vertex. So remember, the vertex is the opposite of that. Going left, remember, and that. And then the axis of symmetry is x equals whatever the x value of the vertex is. So just by looking at that problem, we can answer all that stuff. But if you need to graph it, you can tell. You can do that. You know, look at it on your calculator if you don't remember that it's in vertex form. Questions? Serenity, you okay? No, I guess not. Coach Phipps worked you too hard yesterday. Coach Phipps worked you too hard yesterday? Yes, Elena. Oh, there is? I missed that. Sorry. Domain for parabolas is always what? All reals. Range. Remember, that's the y values. Does this open up or down? What's my a value? What's in front of that parenthesis? What number? That's never written usually. +1. That means it opens up, right? So my range is y is greater than or equal to, because it's got a minimum. What's that minimum value? -5. All right, so domain will be all real numbers always for these things, for quadratics. When we're talking about x's squared, we haven't done any y squareds. And then if it opens up, it's y is greater than or equal to for your range, whatever your minimum value is. If it opens down, it's y is less than or equal to whatever your maximum value is, that y value of the vertex. All right, graph this. Y-intercept. I can do that right away. What's the y-intercept? Right, whatever C is. Right there. Okay. I like to do axis of symmetry first, using my negative b over 2a, which would be +8 over -4, so that's x equals -2. So there's my axis of symmetry. So now I can find my vertex because I know my x value is -2. So I'm going to put -2 in for x. -2 when I square it is +4, but times this -2 is -8. -8 times -2 is +16. -8 plus 16 is 8 minus 4 would be 4. There's my vertex. So remember, here's my x. I'm 2 to the right, so I go over here 2 to the left for my other one. And there it is. Oops, I missed it. So I graphed it without using my calculator. You can use your calculator if you want. Still got to answer those questions though. Vertex, axis of symmetry, y-intercept. Questions? Okay. 16, last one for today. We're finding the vertex because we're looking for the maximum height, right? So I got to find my axis of symmetry first. Negative b over 2a, negative 40 over negative 8, so x is positive 5. So I'm going to plug 5 in for t. At 5 seconds after launch, it's going to be at its maximum height. What is that, 115, I think I remember? What's this, meters? Okay? Questions? All right, so tonight's assignment is the rest of it, chapter 3 stuff. There's I think one chapter 4 thing in there, so we just expanding that binomial at the end on 25.
So, hey, did you guys talk in?
Yeah.